Hello dudes and dudettes. I will be going over how we want to go about doing day one of our sunflower growing. Okay, so this is the packet we'll be working out of. You can put your name up here. For example, Mr. DeWitt's sunflower is growing. Okay, so I'll open up the page. What we're thinking about today is just day one. So we have two things to do. It asks us how to plant your sunflower. Okay, so what I need us to do for this is I want us to think back to sequence. Now we've talked about sequence all year long. We've talked about it with stories, how there's a beginning, middle, end, how when we write, we can put it in order as first, next, then, and last. So that's exactly what I'd like us to do for these steps. Right here in the top left corner, you can see step one. I'd like us to say something along the lines of, first, I put soil into a cup. Now, soil is dirt. Maybe that's the word you use. Maybe you say, first, I put dirt into a cup. Maybe you didn't even put it into the cup. Maybe you put it in something else. Our answers might all be different. Some of them might be the same. I encourage you guys to write these in your own words. But if you can't think of anything in your own words, I just want you guys to go ahead, write this down, and I want you to follow along, okay? So step two, it's our next. So we had first, now we have next. Next, I planted my seed in the soil, okay? Maybe you'd say, next I planted my seed in the dirt, okay? That's step two. Then I put water in the cup and put it in a sunny place. Okay. Notice how it only has a sun for step three. Obviously, plants need water to grow as well, so I don't want us to forget about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add like a raindrop right here, okay, so that I know I need to add some water to it as well. You need sun, you need water to make plants grow. So then I put water in a cup and put it in a sunny place. That's our sequence so far. We have first, next, then, and then last, I watch it grow into a sunflower. Okay, this is going to be our observation stage. This is when we just watch it, but after, we put it in the cup, in the soil, we water it, put it next to a sunny place. Yes, we are going to want to watch it, but we actually aren't going to want to just leave it alone for 2 weeks. If we don't add any water, or maybe if we don't change its place to a sunnier location, our sunflower may not live. Okay, so don't forget to water your sunflower seed after this last step. That's something you'll have to do daily. All right, there's our first, next, then, and last. And now for day one, we have a journal response. Okay, so for our journal response, it's day one. I would like you to write the date. I know some of us did our sunflowers maybe last week a little bit. Some haven't started yet. So depending on what day, it's going to change. That's why I didn't put a date down right now. It's because some of us are at different steps, different stages. That's okay. So you'll just have to keep track of the date on your own. But I should see a response something like this. On day one, I planted my sunflower seeds. I watered the cup and put it in a sunny spot to grow. That's about all you did for day one, okay? So what you do is you also draw a picture to go along with it. So maybe you just draw a cup. You draw what your plant, or well, what it looks like, how you planted it. Now remember, boys and girls, it might be a little bit too cold right now to be planting these outside. So you'll probably want to keep these sunflowers inside next to a window, okay? So if it's next to a nice sunny window, it should get enough sunlight, and then the inside temperature should make sure that it still grows. But if we leave it outside overnight, it does still get cold, so it might die if it gets too cold. So let's go ahead and plant these inside in the cups that we gave you. I apologize, I do not have an example for you. I did not bring one of these cups home with me. They are actually at school. So maybe I'll be a couple days behind you in planting mine, but hopefully I can get a cup and get something planted here soon. So that's about all you have for day one. Now, something to remind you for your sentences, remember the top 3 things we need in every sentence. We need a capital at every beginning. Okay, so see how I have 2 sentences, 1, 2. So I have 2 sentences. I have a capital at the beginning of each sentence. My words make sense when I read them back to myself, and I have punctuation at the end of every sentence. The punctuation I used was a period. Now, you could use an exclamation point if you would like to, but boys and girls, I want you to think, would it make sense if you put a question mark at the end? It wouldn't make sense if I put a question mark at the end of any of my sentences. I was not asking a question. So the question mark is only when you ask a question. So I'd like to see some periods or exclamation points for your punctuation. That's it. These are pretty simple. There's not a whole lot of instruction or guide. I think once you guys get past day one, you're really just going to be able to kind of do this on your own and run away with it, okay? So this is just kind of one of those fun activities for you guys to observe, for you guys to do in your free time, and just give you something outside of, you know, math, reading, writing. Well, there is a little bit of writing involved, but it's just a cool activity for you guys to do. So that's about all I have for you. Hopefully your guys' sunflower seeds or your sunflowers come in nicely, and I can't wait to see them. So keep me posted, boys and girls. Thanks. Bye.